Hey, what's up, David? This is a quick demo video for you for your custom saber. This is a really cool saber. I know it means a lot to you. You've had it for a long time. When it came to me, it had one of these in it. I have never seen one of these up close. It says Crystal Focus Saber Core. It has the date 2015 printed somewhere on it. These were a little bit before my time. I kind of came in the CFX and on type of time frame. But I took this out of there. Of course, it had a base lit setup, so I got rid of that. Put you a Neopixel setup in here. So I've got your blade plug in here just so I wouldn't lose it. If we take this out real quick, you have a Carl Chen Neopixel PCB in here. So it's a Neopixel connector, but it has LEDs on it, so we can still light your blade plug. All right, this top guy being your blade retention right here. This bottom rub screw right here in this ring next to my finger, that's something that you do not want to mess with. That is holding your Neopixel connector in place. All right, so just go ahead and leave that how it is. I did have to come in and swap out your lit switches, so we got you some brand new switches. I know light blue is your favorite color. I got these switches to be a light blue, and they react to sound, so you don't have to worry about programming them at all. How to get to the chassis, you just want to unscrew the handle here. Per your request, I did retain your crystal chamber, so you have a very nice crystal chamber here made out of brass. I did swap out the crystal with the one that you sent, so it's a little bit hard to see now, but it's got that light blue crystal that you sent me. I swapped that out. You have a new Proffie board here. Just for a little comparison's sake, this is your old board compared to the Proffie board, so you can see the size difference, right? So that's what you got in there now. A copy of the config file that I use to program the saber with your sound fonts is on the SD card. So you can get to the SD card and the micro USB right here to program your board without ever moving the board. This is just a tight snap fit down into the shelf. I did want to retain some of the look of the 4040 rod, so I just kind of made them peek out of the side of the chassis here a little bit on both sides. You do have a removable battery setup. This is running now a 28mm Smogos Outpost Elite bass speaker. And then you have a kill switch located right here. All right, so you can leave the battery in this guy. You just want to flip the switch when you're done with it. All right, so spring side is your negative over here by your speaker. We'll just throw a battery in. You had mentioned the battery looking a certain way. I don't have any battery wraps, but I would suggest just getting a battery wrap from like the Saber Armory. You might be able to get some from Smuggler's Outpost, but I would look at the Saber Armory for sure, because I know Cal has some battery wraps there and that he'll probably have something that you like that fits the aesthetic of the Saber. All right, but when we put that that battery in there, we come over here and we flip the kill switch. So I got your crystal pulsing when the saber is off, although it is on a timer. So if we don't turn the saber on right away, the crystal will time out. All right, but if we come over here and hit power, which is the front switch, you got your LEDs on your switches all lit up, your crystal's lit up, and so is your Neopixel connector. And then of course your back switch over here is your auxiliary, and your crystal reacts to it being pressed. And then I gave you twist off. All right, and then we can simply come over here, put the handle back on, screw it all the way down and lock it down tight, and hit power. Has a nice deep bass sound to it. Smooth swing, everything's working very well. If we were to put your blade plug in and lock it down, it has plenty of shine through. Right? Slap that off to the side and we'll put a blade in. This is set up for a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. If you don't have one of those already, I typically recommend Bendu Armory. He makes some pretty nice Neopixel blades over there and a variety of them. So anything will really work as long as it's a 1-inch diameter Neopixel blade. And then of course we'll want to lock it down with that grub screw right here. All right. Being that this is your favorite color of the 3 sound fonts that you have on here, I made 2 of them this color since you told me that's what you typically keep it on. All right. That's some good flash on flash. Blaster bolt deflex is just tapping the auxiliary. Blade lockup is holding the auxiliary down and hitting the saber. And you can see it right there. To switch sound fonts, you just tap auxiliary when the saber's off. Apologize. This is my personal sound font that I threw on here for you. And then the last sound font on here I made red.
This is my apprentice, Darth Maul. You are helpless. You are nothing.
And of course your crystal chamber will be red also. You got a red crystal chamber. If you don't like the color of the blade, you can come over here, hold down auxiliary and tap power. You hear that noise, and you can just twist the saber to any color you want, right? Say we like this, for example, we'll hit power.
I have killed so many.
Now your crystal chamber is green, and we have a green blade.
You are helpless. You are nothing.
Right? Blade lock up.
I am Sith. Ancient integration.
Now we're back to the beginning. Of course, you got twist off. If you don't want to use twist off, just simply tap the power button and you can turn it off that way too. All right. So we'll go ahead and take the blade out of this guy and then go over either flipping the kill switch or taking the battery out. All right. So if we turn this on, come over here and flip our switch, it kills everything just like it should, and then you could store it like this as well. All right. But if you want to take the battery out, come over from the positive side by the crystal chamber, and you can pop it out with your finger just like that. And that is basically your custom saber. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this thing out in the mail to you first thing Monday morning. Thanks.